Hello, hello. So I'm going to show you how to make a new recipe in our rectangular Cool and Serve. So this is part of our Cool and Serve collection, and if you have any Cool and Serve pieces, you know that the inserts keep everything cool for 4 to 6 hours. So we have a square Cool and Serve, we have a small Cool and Serve, we have just a large amount of Cool and Serve things. So what is the Cool and Serve? You take out the little pieces, put them in your freezer, and then when you want to bring a salad, a dip, anything that you want to keep cold for 4 to 6 hours, this is your go-to. So this is brand new because this is the 9 by 13. I'm sorry, 9 by, not sure. You know, like the regular size for cakes and things. So 2 inserts, put those in your freezer. So the Oreo cream cake box recipe is very, very cool and very simple. So what you're gonna do is, you can do it in any kind of, obviously any kind of pan, but I'm bringing this to a party tomorrow. So I want it to be outside and be cold for 4 to 6 hours. But it does go in the refrigerator 4 hours at least before you make it. So I took out the inserts because I'm just gonna put it in my freezer, or my fridge, sorry. So what you do is you take 3 cups of heavy whipping cream, a teaspoon of vanilla, sometimes I do a tablespoon, and then you're going to do just 1/3 cup of powdered sugar. Then you get your mixer. Funny story, the Pampered Chef doesn't have a mixer, so I had to borrow this from my friend. I just never really bake, so I don't have one of these, which is kind of hilarious. But I'm gonna get one now. The Cuisinart, love it. It's got the little thing underneath to hold all of the, I'm rambling of course, but it's got a little holder to hold all of the thingy dings. Anyway, so this recipe is so simple. You're going to get some Oreos, and it says about 33. So you're gonna layer your Oreos. And if you've ever made an icebox cake, let us know. Because like I said, I'm not a huge baker, but I love easy recipes that I can bring someplace and people think, oh my gosh, wow, Courtney, you are just quite the baker. Little do they know, I don't even own a hand mixer. So about 33, who knows, you're just gonna take your, now the recipe from Pampered Chef says cream-filled cookies, so it doesn't have to be Oreos, you know, whatever you have. And my girls were like, oh, we have Oreos, and I said, do not touch them. They are for my fancy recipe that I'm bringing to my party tomorrow, my 4th of July party. Okay, so, you know, you can get really picky and put them here, place them. Are there 33? Who knows? Do we really care? No. But you can fit a couple in. You kind of want to make sure you fit a bunch of them in so that you're going to get a piece of Oreo cream in every bite. I think that's as much as we can do with this. All right, so then you're going to take the whipped cream, the heavy whipping cream, and the vanilla and the powdered sugar. And you want to do it really high when you're whipping it so that it's like, you know, makes those peaks. And I've got my scraper, of course. And this is like the funniest, most easy recipe. You want to make sure it's fluffy. And you're just going to do 2 layers of this. And then you're going to put it in your refrigerator for 4 hours or overnight. You're not going to hurt it by keeping it, remember it's an icebox cake. So you're not going to hurt it by keeping it in the fridge, you know, overnight. And then after you do the layers, once it is done and you're ready to serve it or take it to your party, you're going to crush up some Oreos. And then I just got a jar of cherries, and you just make it look, you know, cute with the little crunchy cut up Oreos. I use my food chopper. If you have the Pampered Chef food chopper, it takes seconds and it chops it right up, all the cookies, or the manual food processor works as well. Or you can just take a meat tenderizer if you have it, put it in a plastic bag, and you are good to go. So the icebox cake, the theory is that this is all going to set and get nice and cold. And then when people bite into it, it's going to be a cold, delicious, creamy. So if you have Oreos on hand, heavy cream, vanilla and confectionery sugar, and a pan that goes in the refrigerator, you are good. If you have our stoneware, it would work with stoneware too, because you can put stoneware in the freezer and fridge. Okay, I'm getting a little crazy now. Now, you're gonna put the second layer right on. And this is a really fun recipe if you've got kids or grandkids that wanna cook. And it's simple. You know, they don't have to really do a whole lot. So that is the cookies and cream, AKA Oreos, the Oreo cake, as I'm probably going to call it. And I ran out of Oreos, so I'm gonna fill up the Oreos. And I guess we need 2. So if you are interested in this recipe, I will post it below. And you probably don't need to watch me finish the whole thing, but if you're hanging along, hanging here with me, you can see. And this cool and serve, like I said, I have made a 7-layer dip on this rectangular one. Any kind of cake or recipe or salad, it's great for salads. And it's just a little bit different. If you have the square one, that's more for, you know, veggies or things like that. But I'm so glad that they came out with the, as we said, 9x12, 9x13, who knows? I'm so glad they came out with the 9 by whatever, because I think this is gonna be really versatile. And even in the winter time, you might think the cool and serve trays are only for the summer, but a lot of times I will just use the inserts for any of the cool and serves, pop all the veggies in the trays, put them in my fridge, and then my girls have, you know, somewhat healthy snack ready to go. So then it's Oreos, the simple mixture, which is the heavy cream, and vanilla and sugar, powdered sugar. And I'll post the recipe below. And you're gonna put this in your refrige for 4 hours or overnight. And the last thing is to crush up the rest of the Oreos. And, you know, I'm so weird, I spend a lot of time like, you know, brushing it and making it perfect, but in reality, I could just throw it on. And if you don't have any of our scrapers, oh my gosh, it gets everything out of the bowl. They're like our #1 thing when people say, oh my gosh, I love the Pampered Chef scrapers. They're deep safe to $7.50, but they also get every little piece out of your bowl. So maybe I should have judged it better, because I don't think I'm filling up my cake as much as I want. So comment below if you're watching the live with a 1, if you're watching the replay, comment with a 2. Helps other people see the video, because not everybody is up at this late at night. I don't know what time it is, I think, almost 10. So I'm gonna get the last bit. Oh, I don't think I have enough, but once you put the crushed Oreos on the top and you add those maraschino cherries or whatever cherries you might have. I don't have cherries in my cabinet, so I had to go pick them up, but kind of looks good with a little bit of the, okay, I'm getting really too silly now. Trying to make it perfect, but pampered, not perfect, and I'm not a baker, so if I can bring this icebox Oreo cream cake to a party, and I am not a baker, Anybody can do it. I'm gonna get the last bit here. And I'm not going to put the, obviously I'm not going to put the cool and serve. It's going to be how it is. I'm not going to put the inserts in. I'm going to put these back in the freezer. And then when I head to the party, I'm going to lift up the thing here. Ooh. Sorry. Oh, my hands are wet. I'm going to lift this up. And then I'll pop the trays right in. Put this on. Do my crushed Oreos, the cherries. Put the lid on. I'm going to put the lid on anyway to put it in my freezer. So this is the Oreo cookie icebox cake. Ta-da! And I will share a picture tomorrow when I am all done. Bye.